everyone, welcome to Medicine for the Soul. I'm Sarah. This is your 5-minute beginner video on child's pose. So this may be another familiar pose to you, like downward facing dog. Even if you've never practiced yoga or you're not into fitness, you may kind of already know what this pose looks like. So we'll go into kind of what it feels like and then how we come into this pose and how we go out of this pose. So let's begin on all fours. So our hips over your knees, shoulders over your wrists, fingers spread nice and wide. This is a pretty common way that you're going to come into child's pose from here. So from here, you'll take your knees wide, maybe to the edge of your mat, depending on your level of comfortability. You can kind of play around with that. So taking your knees wide, you're going to bring your feet close together so that your toes touch, or they almost touch. And then we're pushing our seat back towards our heels. Reaching for the top of the mat, nice long arms, and then we bring our forehead down to the mat. While we're here, we want to feel like our tailbone is actually reaching down towards the mat behind us, and that the crown of our head, the top of our head, is reaching for the top of the mat. So a nice long stretch here. Taking some nice deep breaths in and out of the nose. You can also, instead of reaching for the top of your mat, take your arms down by your side and do it this way. Both of these are proper, correct, however you want to say it. It's just a variation. And coming out of this pose, sometimes you'll come back up onto all fours briefly before coming into downward facing dog. So lifting up and back into this pose. And then from here is actually another way that you'll probably come into child's pose quite often, and that is just bringing your knees down to the mat from down dog and coming into child's pose pretty seamlessly. Another way you may find yourself coming out of child's pose is from here to lift your forehead and walk your hands back towards your body so you come into an upright position. Child's pose is a great rest pose, and it's also something that you can come into at any point in your class or your practice if you need a break or you just want a nice little stretch. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.